One of country music's most authentic voices. She has captivated fans with her raw, emotionally charged lyrics while belting out a unique blend of country, rock, and Americana. Her third studio album, Obsessed, continues to push boundaries and explore new depths in her music with tracks like Halloween, for one. Take a listen.
We were friends, but I wanted more. I was hoping you wanted me back. And you met me for coffee in my favorite place, right by the railroad tracks.
A unique and powerful voice. Morgan Wade joins us in studio now. It's so great to see you. Thank you for being here. I love your voice, love your music, so I should say that up front.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about Obsessed, the album, and specifically, let's start with, I guess, the title of it. Obsessed is a big word. It's evocative. What does it mean to you in the context of this album? Why'd you choose it?
Yeah, so, I mean, I had the Reckless record, I had Psychopath, so I think people were kind of curious what I was going to name the third one, so I don't know how long I'm going to stick with the one-word albums, but I liked it. I don't know, and the same with, you know, naming a country record Psychopath. That's kind of not something I think that's very common, so Obsessed. I wanted to do that as well, and I think, too, for me, like, I did get really obsessed with songwriting and focusing on lyrics with this record.
And how was it, the process this time? Third studio album, you know, I would imagine there's a writing process that you go through. Was it any different for this album in particular?
Yeah, so for me, you know, when I did the debut record, I had been writing for years. You know, you don't know that you're writing for a debut record because I didn't have anything.
Oh, that's interesting,
you know?
Right?
So it was the songs that I was writing that I loved, and so then you go and you make the record. Well, then Reckless did really well. So then I had contacts. I was able to go co-write with people for Psychopath. And then for Obsessed, it just kind of came down to me being like, I want to just go back to just me and my guitar and see what I can do. And so I was just writing a bunch of songs and wanted to go make demos on the road with my guitar player. So the day Psychopath came out last year, I was in the studio cutting songs, but I didn't know it would be a record. That was the beautiful thing about it. I mean, I went to random hole-in-the-wall studios. Like, we were in Mississippi, Kansas City, I think somewhere in Nebraska. Like, just random places, and met the coolest people, and it was just very low budget, just raw stuff, and I had a great time.
One of the tracks that I find that you just described as raw is something you haven't done in any of these three studio albums. This is the first time involving someone featured on one of your songs, and you chose Kesha.
Yeah.
Your voices sound great together. Why Kesha and why now?
I have loved Kesha since, you know, 20, whatever year it was that TikTok came out. I was still in high school. But I heard that song, and some of the best memories I have with my friends, riding around listening to her stuff. But I just loved everything that she's done. I think she's such a great person. So I was finally able to make contact with her. I've been wanting to do that for years. And so we met, and then we sat on the beach in Malibu, and we talked. And then that night, she was like, I'll meet you at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at the studio. And I'm like, oh, like a.m.? She's like, no, like p.m., let's go. And we went, and she sang on my song. And that, you know, for me, like, that child in me was like super excited. And she's so great. And she's got her independence back and owns her stuff, and it's so awesome. You
are on tour. You're going to be all over the country for the next 3 months or so. Does performing in front of a live audience, does it change the way you feel or about the songs or your relationship to the songs? Is it different when you get into that big venue? I think so. And, you know, the live versions, some kind of differ. They're a little different, especially when it's full band. And I wrote some of these songs acoustic. So for me, I'm still sometimes playing them like I would if it was just me in my room. So right, singer-songwriter
right.
style. Yeah. And
so we mix it up. Sometimes I'll go on like a solo run and do that where it's acoustic, and then we'll have the full band. But I think it definitely changes it, especially when people are singing the words right back to you. I mean, you can't beat that. That's gonna be so cool. Yeah, it's amazing.
Morgan, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah,
love the album,
me.
and can't wait. You're probably recording stuff for the next one even as we speak.
Yes.
We want to let our viewers know that her new album, Obsessed, is now available wherever you stream music, and tickets for her nationwide tour are on sale now.